Hello learners, I am Dr. Nabi Hasan, heading the library system at IIT Delhi. I am also coordinator of the National Resource Center in Library Information Sciences, Arpit MOOCs, Ministry of Education, Government of India. So, in this lecture, we will be discussing the topic Online Public Access Catalogue OPAC, a gateway to library collections. Online Public Access Catalogue is computerized version of the erstwhile manual card catalogue. OPAC or WebOPAC are generally used interchangeably and is most used library service as it is the gateway to all the library collections patron need and all type of different resources, whether these are printed books, e-books, e-journals, other type of media, etc. Mobile OPAC or app based OPACs are also popular now, because most of the people are now using the mobile devices and they are able to access all the library resources through the mobile OPAC as well. So, this is the topic of today's presentation, Online Public Access Catalogue OPAC, a gateway to library collections. So, as part of this presentation, I will be covering different content in different headings, like under background, online public access catalog, that is OPAC, then WebOPAC, web based online public access catalog, then mobile OPAC, and finally, I will be summarizing all the details of the lecture. So, the word catalog has been derived from the Greek expression katalogos. It means a list, register or complete enumeration of something. Dr. Ranganathan has defined the term library catalog as a list of the documents in a library or in a collection forming a portion of it. Gone are the days of searching through endless drawers of the card catalog, trying to perform cross references on a topic through different subject headings typed in index cards. Over a couple of decades, majority of the libraries have discontinued the traditional card catalogs as a means of access to their collections and switched over to computer based catalog or OPAC, or sometimes known as WebOPAC. It allows searching by author name, title, subject, keyword, ISBN, ISSN number and many other aspects may be searched using a catalog. Let us talk about the history of OPAC or online public access catalog. Online catalogs first appeared in the 1960s, but the first notable and large scale catalogs were not developed until the 1970s, specifically at Ohio State University in 1975 and Dallas Public Library in 1978. In the 1980s, more and more online catalogs were developed with the introduction of the first commercial systems, and catalogs only displayed the bibliographic information for monographs and serial titles physically held in a library. New systems and new technologies have put a spotlight back on OPAC with personalized feature like with the Koha software, which is most popular as of now as far as open source softwares are concerned. So, if you will look into the generations of the online public access catalog, we can basically categorize the generations of OPAC into three: first generation, second generation and third generation. Under first generation, you can say these appeared in early 1980s based on circulation system records and gives only non-bibliographic details. On the left anchored searching was there. Limited access points were available in first generation OPAC and they were non-interactive. You can say these were like web 1. Then the second generation of OPACs were like they appeared in late 1980s. They were based on simple mark record, keyword searching was possible, increased number of access points were available using the Boolean operators as well, and they were partly interactive. As far as the third generation of the catalogs or OPACs is concerned, they appeared in late 1990s. They were available with the graphic user interface, or you can say GUI, and Z39 Z39.50 protocol was available there, means they were compliant with Z39.50 protocol. They offered both phrase and keyword access searching. They also offered many access point, and third generation OPACs are interactive as well. So, if you would like to define the OPAC, we can say that OPAC is an acronym for Online Public Access Catalog. It is the name commonly used for the computerized catalog used by the library users. It is a library catalog which is basically a register of all the bibliographic items, especially books and periodicals found in a library or group of libraries, such as a network of libraries at several locations. It may be a catalog of one library, or union catalog means a group of library. For example, there may be a single institution like Jamia Millia Islamia. So, it may have a catalog of one central library like Zakir Hussain library, and it may be a group, it may be a union catalog of many libraries, like the Jamia Millia Islamia might be having several departmental libraries. So, if it is a catalog of a group of libraries, that may also be considered at union catalog. Okay. Like at a national level, we have a union catalog known as INDCAT, which has been compiled by Information and Library Network Center. And in the same way, we have a database or union catalog of Delnet as well, which is basically a gateway to all the participating libraries of Delnet. So, let us try to distinguish OPAC and WebOPAC. OPAC and WebOPAC are same in some aspects, and the terms generally used interchangeably, like searching and browsing techniques and tools are almost same, but there are some exceptions. Exceptions are like ALA glossary defines OPAC as a computer based and supported library catalog or bibliographic database designed to be accessed via terminal, so that library users may directly and efficiently search for and retrieve bibliographic records without the assistance of a human intermediary, such as specially trained member of the library staff. So, this was about OPAC. Now, according to Oddlist, let us talk about the definition of WebOPAC. So, according to Oddlist, an online public access catalog that uses a graphic user interface, that is GUI, accessible via the World Wide Web as opposed to a text based interface, is WebOPAC. In other words, it utilizes the World Wide Web protocol to deliver a library's catalog. The OPAC can be accessed in the campus or intranet only, while the WebOPAC is accessed anywhere in the world with the help of internet connection. OPAC usage is limited, and users have to follow the program of that particular OPAC software in that library, while in WebOPAC HTML files are used with which hyperlinks the subject areas or disciplines as well. For example, earlier we were having a, you can say, the client version of Ellipsis software. So, we need to install the client on every system, and then the OPAC was accessible in those systems only on the intranet. Now, we have Ellipsis 7 and Ellipsis 10 as well, which is basically a web based version. So, you can access the catalog or pattern details using the WebOPAC from anywhere in the world. It does not require the access from within the campus only. So, searching through OPAC, the OPAC system has changed the traditional concept of access drastically. Broadly speaking, two types of searches are possible. One is simple search and another one is complex or advanced search. Under simple search, it allows searches through the access points as author, title, subject, class number, keywords, etc. Under complex or advanced search, we can make use of Boolean operators like and, or, not. A backbone of almost all information retrieval systems including OPACs, usually considered good for retrieval for exploiting only a portion of information potentially available there. It means if you are not familiar about the author or title of the book, this advanced search can help the readers to search a particular document from the WebOPAC. So, what are the features and advantages of OPAC? Please remember that when I am saying OPAC, I am also including WebOPAC as well. In fact, now WebOPACs are popular and OPACs actually have gone, because now the catalog is accessible, the content of the libraries are accessible using World Wide Web or using internet. So, when we are discussing like OPAC, it is also the WebOPAC as well. So, let us discuss about features and advantages of OPAC. So, as far as the OPAC or WebOPAC is concerned, it provides many search options like author, title, keyword or the subject, and overcomes the major limitations of cart catalog. It is user friendly, it displays the search result in many formats, it is an interactive information system, instructional help is provided. Updating of the catalog can be done even when you are working as well. User or patron data and document status is available, like if you are looking for a book and the book is available in the catalog, but it can also show the status whether the book is available on shelf or it has been issued out. If it has been issued out to someone, who is the person to whom the book has been issued out, and when the person is likely to return the book. So, in case of urgency, we can request the person to please return the book as well, or we can refer the same user that the person is staying close to your house, you can collect the book from him, we are passing a message to him regarding the same if both are in the campus. Anywhere and round the clock access is possible if the catalog is accessible on internet. The contents for the catalog are no longer restricted to the holdings of a particular library, but there is no limit to the number of libraries. It means a OPAC or a catalog may be a catalog of one library, or it may be a catalog of group of libraries as well. But when we talk about the advantages or features or plus points of anything, there are some limitations attached as well with all the system. So, there are some limitations of you can say OPAC as well. The first limitation is like it does not provide sufficient assistance in the translation of the query terms into the vocabulary used in the catalog. For example, we are typing a word in the catalog Lakshmi, LAXMI, but the person might be writing her name with the letters like LAKSHMI, another form of Lakshmi. So, in case of OPAC, it is not able to convert that Lakshmi into another Lakshmi, which is possible in a search like Google. So, this is one of the limitation. Another limitation is like relevance ranking. It do not rank the retrieval sets in decreasing order of probable relevance to the user's search criteria. Another limitation is like generally it generally do not provide sufficient information in the retrieved bibliographic records like table of content or book reviews to enable the user to judge the usefulness of the document. It means it does not provide much details about the document, so that without going through the physical copy or e-book, person may be able to decide whether he need or she need to go through the entire document or not. It do not provide suggestion to users like search engine like Google. When you are searching something using Google, Google may provide you many suggestions as well. So, generally the OPACs do not provide any suggestion, they are very you can say very restricted or conservative type of system. Another limitation is like they do not provide online thesaurus aids useful for subject focusing, identifying terms that are broader or narrower than topic of research. Now, now discuss specifically about WebOPAC. So, according to Online Dictionary for Library Information Science, an online public access catalog OPAC that uses a graphical user interface accessible via the World Wide Web as opposed to a text based interface accessible via Telnet is basically a WebOPAC. The WebOPAC serves as a gateway to the resources not only held by the respective library, but also to the holdings of other participating libraries without the local collection. WebOPAC provides the facility of searching resources as well as can request for material online, in return receive a email communication regarding overdue material. Means WebOPAC also have a provision that if the book is overdue or if some fine is accumulated, the patron can see this on WebOPAC as well using his login credentials. WebOPAC also provides the facility of downloading or scanning of content pages of books or journal. Some of the new generation WebOPACs, like with the use of Koha or some advanced commercial softwares, they can also provide you some the images of the book, or they may also provide you a link where it may take you to the review of that book. So, it becomes another search engine referred as WebCat. So, in some of the people also used to call WebOPAC as WebCat as well, and as an information gateway. So, it can support protocols such as Telnet, HTTP, FTP and Gopher, and it can support many files like PDF or HTML as well. Now, specifically talk about the features and advantages of WebOPAC. The important features of the WebOPACs are: it can be linked to full text, hypertext links can be used to navigate through a bibliographic record, it displays complete bibliographic information, it is accessible through internet, it is easy to search the library items in the WebOPAC, it is interactive and personalized like with the use of Koha or some commercial software. It may be a catalog of more than one libraries or union catalog accessible globally. So, some more features and advantages of WebOPAC: it is accessible anytime, anywhere, anyway. Means you can access from desktop, you can access from mobile, you can access from laptop as well. The status of any book may be known as issued or not. The status of an acquisition order may be available at both staff and public terminals located throughout the library. It is possible for user to send reprint request immediately by email using the WebOPAC. There is no limitation of time and space for searches of any document of not only one library, but also of any network library. So, there are also some limitations of WebOPAC. Some WebOPACs, even though the link is available on the web page or the telnet address is given, are restricted to a particular user community and requires the use of appropriate login names and password. Some WebOPACs do not provide links through authors or subject. Displays in some of the WebOPACs fail to provide access to online help. Means some of the OPACs are unable to provide you online help. Whatever information has been provided on the screen, that is the limitation for some of the WebOPACs. Some of the WebOPACs do not display the required information or information in a required format. So, now we will be with the help of some screenshot, we will be seeing the screens of some of the good WebOPACs used by some of the great libraries. Like this is a example of WebOPAC from IIT Madras. So, it is one of the very good state of the art software. It is a commercial software, and you can see many details have been provided using this type of WebOPAC, including you can see it has a provision to add to cart as well. So, this is a screenshot from IIT Delhi library WebOPAC or book search. IIT Delhi library is using currently Ellipsis 7. So, this is a screenshot of the first screen that would appear while you are opening the WebOPAC, and it is accessible from anywhere. Then you can see the details of the book as well, like this is the book detail, you can see the book detail on this screen. And further, okay, so if the student or the user of the library want to check his or her account, that how many books have been issued in his or her name, and is there any overdue fine, and what are the book history, means how many books I have got issued during my 3 to 4 year stay in IIT Delhi. So, one can see the details as well. So, it helps the user to know his interest, and if there is any overdue fine or how many books are pending to be returned. So, all the details these WebOPACs provide. So, this is another detail using the WebOPAC of ellipsis, and this is another example from IIT Kanpur. So, IIT Kanpur using Koha. So, I am trying to show you the screenshot of different software, so that you are able to see the features of an open source software like Koha or a commercial software like ellipsis. So, it is up to the library to make use of a particular software as per their convenience. So, now let us talk about mobile OPAC as well. Like everyone is nowadays using the mobile phone, and you are installing so many apps, you are using different type of apps for scanning, for searching, for cleaning your phone, and I think these mobile phones have become essential part of our life. We cannot survive perhaps without the mobile in most of the cases. So, now the softwares have also come with the provision to they have prepared the mobile apps for accessing the library as well. So, these OPACs which are accessible through mobile phone are known as mobile OPAC or MOPAC. So, mobile OPAC is basically an app based access to library resources. It is basically a catalog itself. It is just like your OPAC or WebOPAC, but the access is through mobile phone. So, it is basically an app based access to library resources or catalog, which is implemented over a mobile device as an application. So, you need to install some application to access the library resources through your mobile. The major challenge is that the mobile device may have limited functionality, like your mobile device may have limited storage space, the CPU or the processor speed may be limited, the RAM may be RAM or the speed of the mobile may be limited. So, sometimes that may be an issue while you are accessing these resources from mobile, or if you are downloading in your mobile. So, mobile OPAC basically is not something new in the library, it has been in use since long, and Japan is one of the countries which has mobile OPAC as part of their regular library services. Like mobile OPAC is still not very common in India. There are very few libraries who have prepared the mobile apps for their library or for their library catalog, but there are some countries like Japan, where these mobile app feature is inbuilt in most of their library management software. So, it is becoming popular. I will show you some of the screenshot of some of the libraries who are using the mobile based catalog as well, or MOPAC as well. So, latest Koha version offers suitable platform for mobile devices. Like Koha is a open source software, but it has a feature and functionality for mobile app as well. So, the people who are exploring or using the Koha integrated library management system, they can explore the Koha software if they are not able to buy a commercial good software. So, but there are limitations with all the you can say apps or all the functionality. Same is the case with MOPAC as well. So, there are some limitations of mobile OPAC. If we go with the internal processing mechanism, we need to have the higher processing phones. If we go with the third party processing, we need to have some third party tool which will be external to the device. Using web services as third party can be done. This is the best way, but need to maintain the server for this. We can have .dll files as a component which will process the request, but .dll files are supported only in Windows platform. So, sometime you need to pay as well for it. The last limitation is the processing time due to third party component is there in between your OPAC, mobile OPAC and the device and the app. So, this is the typical framework, or these are some of the steps which are followed for creating a mobile OPAC. So, I have taken this screenshot from a paper published in IIIT. I have given the link on this screen as well. So, you can go through that paper and you can further explore how to create mobile app for your library catalog. So, you can see these are some of the screenshot taken from some of the libraries, like one is from Hamilton East Public Library, which is using the mobile OPAC, and another screenshot is from IIT Delhi Central Library. IIT Delhi Central Library has also got created the you can say app for its library, which is basically a library app for single window search. Means if you are able to install this app, you can explore all the resources of Central Library IIT Delhi, even of its departmental library as well, whether these are books, theses, e-books, etc. The like IIT Delhi Central Library's app is available on you can say Android as well as on iPhone as well. So, you can access the IIT Delhi Central Library resources using iPhone or Android phone. So, with this I would like to say that OPAC or WebOPAC are the mirror of the library and helps increase the usage of the library and its resources. Therefore, it should reflect the correct image to the extent possible by inputting the correct data. In addition, Koha is an open source and very appropriate software in order to develop integrated library system which support OPAC, WebOPAC and MOPAC as well. The e-resources have driven away the library users from the library into their homes and offices. The mobile interface and access to the library catalog through mobile interfaces has brought back the library user to use the library through WebOPAC. What I am trying to say is that like with the help of these different type of online public access catalog, whether it is intranet based, whether it is internet based or whether it is mobile OPAC, these basically online catalogs have helped the libraries to connect with their users. Like if the user are not willing to come to the library, these type of applications like OPAC or WebOPAC or MOPAC are connecting library with their users, and they can search all the details of theses, books and other media using these online catalogs, and they need to come to the library only when they need to when they really need a physical copy of that book. Otherwise, they can access all the details of the library catalog or the books or the journals by sitting at their places or from their concerned offices as well, whether they are using the mobile OPAC or WebOPAC or the intranet based OPAC. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Thank you.